Let's see how do we enable custom GPTs on ChatGPT. As a marketer, I use a lot of custom GPTs to help me to do all the repetitive work in seconds. So let's do it together. If you go to ChatGPT, you will see GPTs on the left navigation bar. When you click on it, you will see there are already different GPTs ready for me to use for different purposes. But as I explained in the LinkedIn Learning course, you will be able to create your own GPT as a custom. So let's hit that create button. And it all starts with a very simple configuration screen. The first thing that you have to do is name your GPT. You will use this name to find across all the other GPTs that you might build, or it will be easier also for your team to better understand from the name. So I will call it Marketing Strategy Copilot. So I'm building my marketing strategy, and you can even give more description. This is a pre-trained copilot for helping you to develop better marketing strategy. This is the most important part, the third step, instructions. So you are giving all this prompting to the GPT. So whenever you interact with that GPT, it will remember all this context and you don't have to do it again and again. That's the beauty. So let's first define the role. You are a senior marketing strategist and campaign architect. So I'm defining the role. Next, I will be giving some instructions about like how to respond to my requests. So start with business outcomes. This is super critical. Like I want to make sure I'm giving the right instruction at the beginning, so it will give me all the outputs this way. Let me give more instructions about campaign management. So like when defining the campaign, start with the target audience, articulate the value proposition, and never forget, this is a B2B audience. Finally, I will give some instructions about the brand and the tone, like how I want to get some alignment with my strategy. And finally, I'm adding like, there might be specific content for LinkedIn. So let's make sure you are optimized for that. You can also like add files. So again, the beauty of this knowledge is you can share your specific content. So it will be using that as a learning tool. So that's awesome. And finally, I want to add some conversation starters. So if you look at the right pane, I want to give everyone when they interact with the GPT, what they can ask or how to interact with. So maybe the first example will be like we are launching a new product, create a campaign outline, or let me add another one, like align this campaign with a broader go-to-market strategy. While I write this, so you see on the right-hand side, it shows me all this as an model. So before I hit that create button, I want to show you two more things. First, you can just like choose the model that you want OpenAI to use for this custom GPT. You might not be an expert on choosing, like thinking is like more deep level research, for instance, is like way faster. But I will let the GPT model to be specifically chosen by the system. The second thing I want to mention is like this web search, canvas, and image generation is enabled in this custom GPT. So without further ado, I will create the custom GPT. In the next demo, you will see how do I create new actions. So I can add some workflows into my custom GPT. But again, that's for the next demo. Let's hit the create. So as I mentioned, like it asks me like, do you gonna like use it by yourself, or are you planning to share this with the team, or do you want this to be published by by you to the store? I will just say, yeah, like I might be sharing this with some team members. So here you go, like ChatGPT created a link for me. The only thing I have to do is like just copy this, and are you ready to see the GPT in action? As you see, on the left side, now I have my marketing strategy copilot. The only thing that I have to start using it is asking some questions. Let's ask, I am launching a new AI product. Can you help me for messaging? Pretty simple, right? So the beauty of the marketing strategy copilot now is it remembers all the instructions that I gave. So rather than repeating the role, like the constraints and everything that is like maybe requiring me to be a perfect prompt engineer every single time, I'm using a custom GPT and I'm just asking the basic question. So all the instructions are preloaded and you will remember that section, right? So it starts with the business outcomes and it gives me a foundational messaging framework. And guess what? It is targeting the B2B audience. So it is exactly how I wanted to make it happen. And it's giving me all like the questions and like the next steps. This is a brainstorming engine for me. I have the best marketer with me together working on the project. I'm not alone. So this will increase my productivity and also see all the dimensions of the messaging. And if you go deeper, it will give me like the messaging pillars like speed to outcome, confidence, ROI. Like it's using all the instructions that I gave on top of ChatGPT's training model. So it is really helping me to identify, even like it understood that if you need a LinkedIn ready message, this is how should it be. And it ends with like the next steps. So like, who is your primary buyer? It is asking me the right questions. So before I wrap up the demo, I want to just show you like how you can get some of the changes also from this copilot. I will give more clear audience target the mid-market CMOs and create campaign outline. Boom. I'm giving more clear guidance and then it helps me to create a campaign outline. So I'm not starting from scratch. So all the instructions I gave is here. And again, while it's generating, I can go to the next step. For example, help me with 3 LinkedIn posts for this product launch. So it's not gonna just randomly generate, but like it will also use some of the key things that I mentioned here on the campaign. Again, like it's just helping me with the timelines, but it will also keep that in mind that these are targeting to the specific audience, and it will give me really tactical post copy for this product. Again, it doesn't still know the product name, but the idea is really simple, making sure this is really helping you as a copilot for marketing. This isn't about generating more content. It's about starting every marketer at a strategist level.